Good day, this is Stasia Bliss with Bliss in the House, and this is your Arborvitae Essential Oil Meditation. So if you have a bottle of Arborvitae, take it out, remove the cap, breathe in that woody, deep, rich scent of the oil. And if you don't have it, you can just imagine with me now, coming inside of the great western cedar tree, feeling surrounded by the strength of its trunk. As you feel encased, you can smell the moist richness of this woody tree. Beneath your feet, the soil is deep with her roots, big, gnarly roots reaching into the ground, even pulling you a bit from the soles of your feet to connect more fully with Mama Earth. Feel yourself grounded, rooted, just like this mighty tree. Imagine and feel with me how the roots of the great giant Arborvitae extend beyond her trunk, her body, and into the forest, and mingle and twist and connect with so many other trees and plants. It becomes like a network, an interface with the forest. And information is relayed back to the tree through the roots. Feel you too in this moment, that a layer of you, a level of you is also connected, interconnected with all the other beings on the earth, that we all pulse out through the base of our body, our lower connecting chakras that connect with earth, but also our energy fields overlap, overlay, connect, reach out, pulse, communicate, and relay the message. And the messages back to our heart, to our being, of that which is surrounding us, the messages which are being broadcast. And imagine now and feel the strength of the giant Arborvitae. She is here to teach us right now what to do with these energies that sometimes feel like a bombardment. For in her, she naturally creates therapeutic essential oils that are antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial, that protect her body, her being, against any intruders that would destroy her. Even if the tree is fallen, she stays whole and intact. So breathe in this awareness. Feel that you as well, within your being, and you can borrow this from the Arborvitae because we are all connected. All of life exists within you. You have access to this now, that within your very being you have what you need to protect you. Not in a guarded way, but in a way that fortifies you against those things that would seem to assault or attack your very essence, your richness, your strength, your life force. Even in the moments when you seem to have fallen, even in those times in our lives we feel most vulnerable, we still have this inner capacity to emit these essences, these hormones, these aspects of our eternal fluidity, which safeguard us because we are infinite, because we are eternal, because by our very nature we are already whole. That it is only in the believing, that in the false perception, the illusion that we could be less, that we could be harmed, that we could be at fault or destroyed. It's only in believing these things that we actually experience them to be true. And sometimes this is necessary for us to experience first what we are not, before we can come into the full embrace of what we are. But Arborvitae is here today, right now, to teach and remind us of our invincibility, our true immortality, and to allow us to feel that strength in our being, to feel that which lies within us as our greatest strengths. As you feel now lifted up through the trunk of your body, feel yourself connected with the trunk of the Arborvitae, tall and strong and wide. The story of this great tree is that of a man who was so generous that all of his life he gave all that he had to all those around him. He was the giver. And when he passed from this realm, he was buried, like they did not do normally to the native people at that time. Normally they were placed up in the treetops, but instead this man was instructed and felt by the people to be buried in the earth. And from him it is said that the giant Arborvitae tree grew. And so too this tree is also the giving tree. So many benefits can be derived from not only the oils of the tree that we're talking about, but also from the bark of the tree. It's used for beautiful furniture that has its own inherent protection against bugs. Used in the cedar chests to protect against moth damage. And of course the oil itself, which protects cells from mutating and amps up the natural healing capacity of the body. That this oil and the elements of the wood within the tree is constantly giving of itself even after it is gone, but as well while it is standing, giving shelter, giving its shade. It is the giving tree. And so too may we learn to be givers, to be generous. That when we do this, we are activating that very potent tube torus field around the body that is the giving-receiving mechanism for that which we give out gratefully. We also receive back tenfold or more. So we learn from this mighty tree to give to that which we are interconnected with in our communities. Just like the tree gives to the forest, we give to our fellow human beings, to those around us. And by so giving, we reach higher and higher in the sky. We develop our branches and finally our fruits. You know, a tree cannot develop its height and the branches that are way up high in the sky to catch the birds and the sunlight without first having strong roots. And now without having a sturdy trunk. So these roots, this grounding capacity, and the strong trunk that the Arborvitae teaches us to be, generous with, this generosity, this service, and this groundedness is what allows us the capacity to really connect more fully with Spirit, to really connect with the highest aspects of life and bear good fruit, to reap the abundance of life. So as we breathe in the rich woody scent of the Arborvitae, let us feel our own sense of groundedness, like the roots reaching into the earth, connecting us, so we feel solid and supported. And then feel lifted up through our body, that from this form that we were given, that was created to be our very being, intangible form, let us give and serve with this vehicle to show the gratitude and love that flows through from all of life, that we are an instrument of love in this world. And by so doing, we become more and more inspired and lifted up and connected with Spirit, and receive back the fruits of that giving as we reach higher and higher into the upper realms, the spiritual realms, the invisible realms beyond the manifest. And from that realm we pull back again into the manifest. It's a cycle. So as we connect with the essence of the Arborvitae tree, we can feel ourselves strong in all these elements of earth grounding, of service and giving in our bodies, that strength and security within our own being, of being guarded, protected, but again, not in a blocked way, but in an open, giving way that we know we cannot be harmed when we are truly connected. And also connected deeply to all that is. So as we feel and we sense this, let us again breathe this essence into our being. Feel as the strong tree in the forest of many, that though we, yes, are alone in many ways in this journey, that we are also surrounded by one another. That we are very much all on this journey together, as the tree in the forest. So breathing this in, allow yourself to integrate all these elements into your being, to feel that very much immortal essence that you are permeate and penetrate your body. Knowing that even when you trip, even when there is a so-called seeming mistake or mishap, that still you are blessed and fortified and strengthened by all the essence of you. And we learn this through observing and embodying the gifts of the Arborvitae tree. So if you have it, I encourage you to put a few drops on your head, on your feet, smell it, wear it around this day, feel that great support that this tree has to offer. And if you don't have the oil, maybe it's time to get some, but also you can draw it into your being now. Draw that awareness of what this oil, this tree has to offer you this day. And may you go forth in your greatest strength this day. Not one that is protected against life, but that is fortified by your essence so you may give to life and fully receive. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful and full now. It's Astasia Bliss, blissinthehouse.com. Namaste.